Hey Canucks fans, the Vancouver Canucks have been defeated by the Winnipeg Jets 4-0 at Rogers Arena, putting a serious dash into their already slim playoff hopes. Let's talk about the 4 goals, and then let's talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and one other thing. First goal in the first period, almost halfway in, and it was Blake Wheeler. Alex Edler with maybe a poorly executed pinch, and Wheeler is able to skate actually all the way down and come down the right wing and put a puck through Thatcher Demko. I think Thatcher Demko was kind of half expecting the pass across to the middle, but he never looked completely set. And really, of the 4 goals, this is the only one that I think Demko should have had for sure. But Wheeler, smart player, puts it at the net, kind of looks Demko off a little bit, looks to his winger or the centerman. I can't even remember who was streaking down the middle, but regardless, Wheeler puts it in through Demko, who seemed to be sliding a little bit or not set, and puts it 5-hole. And then Wheeler has put the Jets up 1-0, 9:41 into the first period, and that goal was unassisted. No scoring in the second period, and the teams traded chances for sure. But yeah, it looked like it would be a competitive game heading into the third period. But then Winnipeg opened up pretty quickly, and they doubled their lead 2 minutes into the third. And it was Adam Lowry, and this one was a weird one. It was basically Hamonic took a shot, it got blocked, but then Hughes was kind of behind by a step. And then this one was also, I think this one also ended up being a 2-on-1 as well. So Hamonic comes back and he tries to break up the 2-on-1, tries to take away the pass. And I think I got to watch it again. I'm not sure if Lowry was trying to shoot it, trying to pass it. Regardless, it goes off Hamonic's stick. Actually, before I say that, Hamonic's shot was blocked by Jace Harlock. So and this was just, I think this was, after Horvat got injured. So, it was Hamonic takes a shot. It goes off Jace Harlock, goes the other way. Quinn Hughes is already too far in, and now we have a 2-on-1. As Hamonic's trying to deflect the pass from Adam Lowry, it actually goes up and over Demko, and then past into the empty net. And then Kopp was trying to swing at it. Jace Harlock was trying to check Kopp, who was swinging at it. Neither of them made contact, and the puck actually goes in off of Hamonic's stick, and Lowry gets credited with the goal. So that takes place 2:07 into the third, and that's Lowry from Mason Appleton. Then Lowry gets a second of the game just 6 minutes later, and this one was a really nice play. I think because of Horvat's injury, Travis Green had to mix his lines up a little bit. So it was a weird combination that was out there. It was Besser and Hoglander, which I guess makes sense. But then it was Tyler Gravac was there, Hughes and Myers. Now I get that Hughes and Myers were playing together because Travis Green wanted to generate some offense, but some really poor defensive coverage in the zone for that. And yeah, it was in essence some really good passing by Winnipeg. Hughes chasing people around. Hughes didn't have a really good game today. Hughes chasing people around. Tyler Gravac. So basically, Hughes tried to go to Kopp, and then as he's doing that, Kopp's able to make a really nice pass across the goal mouth to Adam Lowry, who had a step on Tyler Gravac. So no chance for Demko because it was it was a centering pass, one-timer, so a tap-in basically. So it was Adam Lowry from Andrew Kopp and Josh Morrissey at the 8:42 mark. It's 3-0. Now we're feeling like the Canucks are probably out of it at this point, given that they have none of their 4 centers. Really, Horvat's injured, and sure enough, 3 minutes left. John Garrett and John Shorthouse are talking about should they pull Demko? Of course, why not try and get a goal on Hellebuyck? And as they're doing that, Tyler Myers makes a really bad pass to Hoglander, handcuffs him along the boards, and then Demko's halfway out of his net, has to rush back, and then Scheifele brings it over the blue line, outworking Hoglander and Besser, centers the puck past Myers. Remember, Myers was the one who gave it up originally to Stastny. Stastny puts it past Demko, and Demko's not even set. Demko had to rush back to his crease, then try and get set, and he wasn't even set. He was too deep, and then Stastny beat him to his blocker side. So that's the 4-0 goal. So those were the 4 Winnipeg goals. Let's talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and one other thing. I didn't like a lot about tonight's game. You know, actually, I didn't mind Demko's game. I'd say even though 4 got past him, and we're not used to seeing the other team score 4, he still made 25 saves. And I'd say only the first goal was maybe Demko's fault. So Demko didn't have an outstanding game, but I did think he was. I thought he was pretty good. Other noticeable Canucks, I actually thought that Zach McEwen was quite noticeable. He had 2 really good scoring chances and in only 9 minutes of ice time. So I thought McEwen was good. Would love to see him capitalize on that, the one out of the penalty box when he had a 2-on-1 with Miller. Actually, I think in hindsight, he should have passed the puck over to Miller because I think he would have been able to tap it in. He had a step on his defender, but it's easier to say that now. So I thought McEwen was noticeable. I actually thought that Höglander was noticeable as well. Höglander, although he was a -3, he did have 3 shots on goal. So not great defensively, but I did notice him in the offensive zone. And I actually thought, I noticed Virtanen as well. I thought Virtanen was okay. Actually, he was one of the few Canucks players that wasn't a minus, and he had 16 minutes of ice time. But not a lot I liked in a 4-0 loss. What I didn't like, well, the biggest one was obviously the injury to Bo Horvat. That was the tricky one. And, he only played 15 minutes of ice time. So given that, I can't remember if it was at the end of the second or right at the start of the third. No, the Canucks were shooting right to left. So it must have been right at the start of the third period when it happened. And that is really unfortunate given that, well, he's the captain, he's the heart and soul of our team, and it would make now all four centers that the Canucks started with at the start of the season could be out if Horvat doesn't play, if Sutter doesn't play. But basically, they ended the game without any 4 of their starting centers. So it's Pettersson out, Horvat out, Sutter out, Beagle out, and you're just not going to win a lot of games like that. Miller tried his best to double shift and to take a lot of the face-offs in Horvat's absence, but that's asking a lot. So that's the biggest thing, is I did not like Horvat's injury, of course. Didn't really like Quinn Hughes' game. I thought he struggled a lot. He was a -3, which is kind of like old Quinn Hughes. I'm not going to blame actually Travis Hamonic for that. Hamonic did have that one poor play, but it was more of a fluky play. Harlech blocks a shot, and then the puck hits his stick and goes up and over Demko. But I think Hughes at -3, he had a rough game and had a lot of turnovers and just did not look good tonight. Also, Besser -3, and as I mentioned, Höglander -3. So not good. Not a good look for the Canucks up front. Thought Edler looked really slow. I tweeted about that he his lack of foot speed really showed tonight. I thought Tyler Myers didn't make some good plays. So overall, I can't say that there was a Vancouver Canuck who was really good tonight. And it's really concerning given that, they talked about these were the 2 biggest games of the year. I've kind of joked around that every game is going to be the biggest game of the year here on in. Didn't like the Canucks power play either. The first unit didn't get really set up at all in that minute and a half that they were on the ice, and the fact that Canucks only drew 1 penalty. Maybe they weren't playing aggressively enough, although Winnipeg only drew 1 penalty, and the Canucks did kill that one off to their credit. One other thing, really interesting, when Horvat blocked that shot from Alex Edler, the first thing I noticed when they showed the replay, or when I saw it happening actually, when they showed the Winnipeg Jets players all standing, admittedly, I thought they were chirping him, like, whatever, I don't know, you say, you wimp, or get to the bench, or whatever. But then when they showed the replay, it actually showed, it was pretty classy of the Jets players, at least 2 of them, including Adam Lowry, stuck their sticks out. They stood up, leaned over the boards, and stuck their sticks out and tried to push Horvat back to the Canucks bench as he was struggling. Like, he was almost there, but it was still a really classy move. And it just, I didn't start crying or anything like that, but it was nice to see. And I think there's a mutual respect there from the Jets to Horvat. I'm sure Horvat's would afford them the same respect, but it was simply nice to see, as opposed to them chirping or laughing or mocking him, rather helping him get to the bench. But it looked bad, and I'm sure all those players, they've been there, they know what it's like to block a shot, they know what kind of player Horvat is, and it was good to see that. So maybe a small silver lining to his injury, which sucks, but the fact that at least Jets players are trying to help him get to the bench, but that's not going to make him heal any better. So Canucks fans, there you go. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me one other thing. And I'd love to read your comments below. And yes, obviously this is a huge dash to the Canucks playoff hopes, slim as they were. I said they could only lose 6 games in regulation out of the final 21. Well, there's one of them. So now they can really only afford to lose 5 more. So it's going to be really, really, really tough for the Canucks to make the playoffs as much as we want that to happen. So leave a comment below. I'll read, react, and reply as always. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Become a member of this channel if you like to. Join me for my post-game live stream. I'll also be starting that in about 20 minutes. And my premiere of my chat with Don Taylor tomorrow morning at 8:45 Pacific. I'll be in the chat hanging out live, answering any questions that you have there tomorrow. Not like this, but typing them all out. Okay, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.